On today's video, I'm gonna show you how to smoke a turkey, and we're doing it on a Ole Hickory. This is one of the pits I used to have in the catering business. Luckily enough, I got one here in our studio, and I'm telling you right now, when it comes to ease, style, and space, this one is definitely gonna be hard to beat. Now, there's gonna be some steps to this process, but I don't need you to rush it. If you follow these, you're gonna have perfect turkey every single time. So enough rambling on, let's get to cooking. All right, it's time to talk turkey brine. Now, I know we all been there. Your mom, your grandma, your mother-in-law, father-in-law, somebody in your family is pumping out the dry turkey. This is the one thing most everyone struggles with around turkey time. Nobody brines the turkey. I got you. I fixed this. I promise you, if you do what I show you today, you will never have to eat dry turkey again. Turkey brine. Let's talk about that for a minute. Where did the turkey brine come from? It actually came from our competition brine, our chicken soak, and we started using it at Thanksgiving. I was like, oh my gosh, it works on turkey too. Poultry. Who would have known? So as a joke, 9 years ago, I actually printed a turkey brine label and stuck it over the chicken soak and sold it as turkey brine. Went nuts. People loved it. The reviews came back, juiciest turkey I ever made, blah, blah, blah. And I thought, I need to give the people what they want. You ask, I provide. That's where the turkey brine came from. Now, the adjustments are a little bit different, but still super simple, super easy. Dirty bird, classic on any turkey. Any kind of bird. This is one of our most popular rubs. And if you're just wanting to just make the turkey, keep it simple, right here is everything you need in front of you. And we have a little bit of our apple cherry habanero glaze. You can kind of use this at the end. You don't have to use it. If you don't want to put it on your turkey, go ahead and grab it. This is one of the most sought after glazes in the barbecue competition world. So grab it while you can. The other thing you can do with this, pour it over some softened cream cheese, that little cracker dip thing, gold. Thank me later on that. You're gonna have a juicy turkey and the best freaking spicy cheese apple dip with a little hint of cherry that the world's ever seen. So here's how we do this. We have our brine bag, which is gusseted, by the way. Once again, thank me later. But I developed everything for this large full pan. These will fit in everybody's refrigerator. This fits perfectly in the bottom of it with the turkey and the water in here. Then you can just fold over the edge, pick this up, go straight into your fridge. Let me walk you through how you do this. It calls for 1 cup. I use 1 heaping cup. And this is for about like a 12 to 14 pound turkey. And this is just my recipe. I put the turkey in the bag, put the turkey brine in there, and then I use 1 gallon of distilled water, regular water. This is distilled water, so shout out to everybody that went shopping for me, Angela. Turkey brine, water, mix it up just a little bit, fold it over, put it in the fridge. I'm gonna brine my turkey for 12 hours, at a minimum, 12 hours. If I can go 24, I'm gonna go 24. I'm gonna pull it out, pat it dry. I do not rinse mine. If you wanna rinse it, rinse it. But just be careful about the rub that you're coming over on top with. If it's a real salty rub, and you don't rinse your turkey, you could have a salty turkey. Dirty bird is not crazy salty, so that's why I don't rinse it, but I do pat it dry. The other thing is our turkey brine dissolves. I know a lot of people have bought other turkey brines that have came on the market after the fact. They don't dissolve. They get little pockets under the skin. Your Aunt Marjorie bites into it, shits a little green apple, then they blame it on everybody else. Now, people get freaked out about cherry apple habanero, saying they think it's hot without ever tasting it. It's not hot. You get the flavor of the habanero without all the heat. It's got a tiny, tiny bite on it. I see 5, 6-year-olds dipping their French fries in this. So if they can handle it, you can handle it. So without further ado, let's brine a turkey. Open up your bag. And you can always pre-dissolve your brine too. Mixy, mixy. You see how that dissolves? You don't get that with the other ones. This dissolves in room temperature water, cold water, hot water, doesn't matter. Just dump it and go. So let's get this turkey in here. Now, when I brine mine, I like to place breast side down because it's gonna stay 100% submerged in the liquid. In case you get an air bubble or something goes wrong, I'm gonna do my best to pull all the air out of this. Now, this is where I kind of test them. Pick that bag up and see, I'm gonna need more water. For me, if I add more water, that means I need to add more brine. So 1 cup to 1 gallon, we're gonna use about 1.5 gallons. So I am gonna add another 1/2 cup. All right, just kind of slosh it around. Now we pull out the air. There you go, you know you got it covered. Now, what I like to do is take this edge and fold it over. Just in case somebody comes through there and there's a drip, it all stays in the pan. I'm gonna go put this in the fridge overnight, 12 hours minimum, 24 hours if you'd like. Then we'll have a juicy, moist turkey every single time. All right, so this turkey has been in the fridge brining all night long. It's time to pull it out, pat it dry, and get it on the cooker. Try to drain as much off of here as possible. Shake it. Boom. Now, from here, I just want to start patting it dry. We're gonna go ahead and truss this turkey. So I have about probably 5 feet of butcher twine here. And what I'm gonna do right here is, if you can see, they don't give you much room on that neck, but I'm gonna take that and loop that right over that neck bone, and that's what's gonna hold it. Boom, just like that right there. At this point, kick his wings right under there. I'm gonna bring it up around that breast once, twice, pull it tight. Come around that leg, come around that leg. Just kind of locks them into place. Boom, just like that. Now, if you want to flip it over and tie the wings up, you can. I like laying them flat right now. Last year I did it a little bit different, but I'm gonna lay these flat just so the juices stay in there evenly. And go ahead and lock this sucker off one more time. Cut that. Boom. Now we're done. This turkey's gonna be setting down, so I'm not really gonna season the bottom of it too awful much because there's really not that much meat down here, but I do want to get something on it. So as a binder, I'm using just a little bit of Duke's mayo. And then we're gonna season it with Dirty Bird. Now we're gonna flip it over, a little bit of mayo on the top. Make sure to get the wings. And I'm just trying to hit the big spots right now. I'll touch it up as I go. Nice little pat. So at this point, I have the Ole Hickory behind me running at 275. I'm gonna let this sweat out for just a couple minutes, then I'm gonna put it on there. Now, luckily, I've already put one on there early this morning. So I'll be able to show you what that one looks like. Now, when you move this, the rub probably will look a little bit funny, but don't worry about it. If you have to, touch it up. Just like that, through the magic of time, we have one that's done. All right, so at this point, I'm gonna get it transferred off the grate onto my cutting board because after this, I really don't wanna be moving it. And now I'm just gonna loosely cover it in foil and we're gonna let it rest. Don't touch it. I know you wanna touch it, just don't touch it. I'm not gonna lie to you, this thing freaking looks amazing, but smells even better. So now, all we have left to do is glaze this baby. Now, this glaze is gonna make it look absolutely spectacular for your family, but the flavor that it's gonna drive in there, a tiny, tiny bit of heat, immediately followed by cherry, apple, sweet. With the Dirty Bird, the Turkey Brine, next level right here. Now all we gotta do is taste it. Woo, dripping that juice. Look at that moisture. That is what I'm talking about, and that is on the outside of the breast. Oh man, perfect. Every time, every time. This is how you cook turkey breast right here. This is exactly how you do it. So if you have a problem with dry turkey, I highly recommend you follow this recipe. Takes a little bit of time, a little bit of patience, but it pays off in the end. So if you're not the meat guy in your family or gal, welcome, because you're about to be. So hey, I want to thank everybody for watching. If you want this recipe, head on over to kosmosq.com/recipes, print it off, make it for yourself, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace. Your Aunt Marjorie bites into it, shits a little green apple, then they blame it on everybody else.